another episode of Power of Print from your buddies here at Solo Printing. Here again today with Mr. Lorenzo. We took a couple months off, so kind of kicking back in now and getting back into the swing. So how you been?
Doing good, man. Summer is here. It's hot in sunny South Florida, so it's summer is here.
Yeah,
summer is
hot
here.
and humid.
Hot and humid, but we are. Thank God we're busy. You know, cranking up for quarter 3 and quarter 4.
Yep.
You know, and we're back and wanted to talk about some lighter things of the printing industry, the printing world. You know.
Yeah, something I heard recently. Bed Bath and Beyond that used to send a ton of coupons. There's a contest going on. Don't hold me to the exact details on it, but there's a contest that whoever could turn in the oldest coupon, which I think they had those oversized postcards.
They did.
If I'm not mistaken. Whoever could turn in the oldest coupon gets about $100. I think it's $100,000.
Yeah, like a house renovation or something. Yeah.
I don't know if it's cash or
it's gonna be like store credit.
Whatever.
Store credit.
It's a lot of money to spend in Bed Bath and Beyond, but
but think about that, right? You know, so these are things that we in the printing business have been mailing out for years. And
people have thrown them away,
or not, or some people
stack them up. There's people out there.
They do.
There's people out there.
They do.
Yeah.
So listen, man, if somebody's in their junk drawer, and they got some coupons stashed away
somewhere. My grandmother
somewhere.
used to stash everything.
Sure, my mom too, man.
Yeah.
She'd have a little thing there with all the video that goes on the newspapers and the magazines.
The receipts. I remember the receipts. My grandmother used to hoard receipts.
Oh
I don't know why, but she did.
See, don't throw away your direct mail pieces. Keep them. They could be worth some cash.
But yeah, something I heard recently, so kind of cool to hear. You know, they're doing something that involves printing coupons, which we print quite a few of.
Yeah, absolutely. Which kind of brings us to our next topic is kind of like some of the boo-boos over the years, some of the mistakes over the years, you know, in the printing business that kind of, at the beginning, they're pretty serious, but at the end, there's always some type of, there's some value there at the end.
So we found a few big ones that we were able to find online. One I didn't know about was a Bible printed. What year was it?
1631.
Yeah.
They call it the Wicked Bible mistake. From what I like you said, you Googled it. King Charles back in 1631 he wanted to reprint the King James Bible, and apparently, as we know, there's 10 commandments. And on the 7th commandment, which says, "Thou shalt not commit adultery,"
They forgot not.
They forgot the word "not," and they printed it with "Thou shalt commit adultery."
Yeah.
And they printed, I don't know how many, but I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
But apparently, the story goes that if you have one of those Bibles, and I'm sure there's
worth a lot of money.
A lot of money.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, it's from 1600. I mean,
So from 1631. So if you had that Bible, or
does it exist?
I would imagine, you know, somewhere in some type of
Something to
collector's.
Google it.
Yeah, or some collector's holding on to it. You know,
Probably.
It's probably worth a lot of money.
So yeah, that typesetter made a mistake. Nobody saw it.
Yeah,
Happens. You know? You read something over and over again, and then when it finally goes to press, you figure out, oops.
And that happens today, right? In the real world, where you know,
even with all the technology we have, you know, and checkpoints and spell check and all types of, you know, now AI tools that we could use. It still happens. You know? It happens, and
I mean, we have so much technology at our fingertips, but we, like you said, you're looking at it, and you need another set of eyes, and now we have so many other things, right? We have QR codes, we have URL codes, we have all these things. If you don't double check them, triple check them, and make sure that they're, you know, a QR code's easy, right? If you don't scan it, you don't hit it with your camera, and that doesn't go to your website, but that's happened. That's happened to plenty of our customers. You know,
it happens. I mean, it happens in. I've seen it in movies. You know, they're always cutting.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You see one cut, the hair's crazy, and the next cut it's perfect. I'm like,
something's not right there.
I got it.
Right.
Somebody. I don't think they do it on purpose, but again, it's one of those things that
absolutely.
The person doing it doesn't see it. Somebody else does usually. Another one that misprinted maps. So I guess that's happened various times throughout history.
Yeah.
One famous example in the 1800s, when an inaccurate map of Oregon, of the Oregon Treaty in 1846, fueled a boundary dispute between the United States and Canada.
Yeah.
And it was called the Pig War. Okay.
Go figure.
I didn't know that one. Never. I didn't learn that one. in
Me either.
history.
No, you're right. We're learning something together.
Yeah. So,
You
that was one, and then another one here. Well, Solo has solo printed map errors. Well, I'm sure there is. I mean, we're not in charge of the graphic design, so nowadays, an error on the printer side is it's minimal unless you're involved in the design aspect.
Right, right.
It's usually like some kind of type error or missing word, misspelled word.
Yep, yep.
You know.
Or not updating files, and that's why we take a lot of time and effort.
We usually get our files pretty complete.
Yeah,
So.
and we take a lot of time and effort to make sure we have their output proofs, get them signed off on, or PDFs all have to be signed off on before we go to press.
Yep.
So that we kind of mitigate some of those opportunities for errors, because we're,
Sometimes our pressmen, ours and other pressmen, in the industry, they're running thousands of sheets, so they do sit, they read it. Obviously, there's only so much reading they could do, but they have found errors in the past, and they'll stop the press and reach out to the customer.
I'll bring you back to one, true case study that, the QR code thing. That was one of the ones we did for a jewelry company where he was on press, and if it wasn't for our guy downstairs who took a snapshot, and the QR code wasn't directing it to the right website, so they had to. And thank God it was a black plate change, but we were able to catch it, fix it, I'll put a new black plate, and update the QR code. But that was, was our guy downstairs on our sheet fed press. But it's always been a thing going on for years and years. It's either whose fault is it? The designer. Why didn't you catch it? Well,
that becomes we've dealt with that. It becomes a sticky situation. Like, oh, why didn't you guys see it? Well, it's not. That's why we do proofs, and we try to mitigate it as much as possible. But it's one of those sticky situations that nobody's right. There's no right answer. Yeah. It's just everybody. Yeah. Nobody wants to take the hit. So, you want the next one?
The next one's funny, man. I think remember this is going back to the whole ballot, the hanging chads and things like that.
You're in Florida, baby.
Yeah, in Florida we got a bad rap for that.
The hanging chad. Yeah, right? Was it that one?
I think it's reference to that because it was talking about the aligning of the ballot, and when they were reading the ballots, and again, that's a design thing, flaw, but, it came down to, the ballots were printed, they were filled out, the way that they were getting read, created this, this error, but we got a bad rap for that. The state of Florida got a bad rap, 26 years later, we're still kind of the joke of a lot of ballot things, but that stuff kind of happens, and again, we learn, unfortunately, right? So now you learn. Now we put things in place, procedures in place, and there's other, quality control, so that it kind of eliminates those things. It's kind of like what we do, in our shop.
They still happen.
They still happen, right? But that's one. That ballot one always kind of stuck with me. The hanging chads.
Yeah. And then we also had, there's another one here, postage stamp error. So in 1918, the USPS issued a stamp with a JN4 airplane, and it was printed upside down. Whoever has those stamps, I'm sure it's worth a lot of money.
So go figure, right?
Only 100 copies made it into circulation. So
go figure.
That's those stamp collectors. Somebody.
See, if the stamp in the Bible, dude, you're set, right? You got like millions of dollars worth of something that was kind of like an error, and now it's worth a lot of money, which is just kind of the irony, I guess, right?
And then the last one, which kind of I could relate to because when I was younger, still young, but when I was younger, we were big into the trading cards, and we would always try to find those error cards.
Yep.
And I don't know if it was done on purpose or it wasn't, but those cards were worth a lot of money. And one here that popped up was the Frank Thomas card, and I remember that card. 1990, it printed with no name in the front.
Yeah.
I don't have one, but I remember everybody having one, looking for one, and those were all worth some money. I remember there was another one, Nolan Ryan, the pitcher. It was they had flipped the picture, so
Yeah, he wasn't.
He was throwing with the wrong arm.
It was the wrong arm, right?
Yeah,
right.
That
He was a
one,
righty.
you found
right.
that one was worth a lot of money. I think they did it on purpose.
You know, so
It's my opinion.
They might have, but then again, those are like now.
Not every card was like that.
Not every card.
You'd have to look for it.
And then now they're worth money.
Yeah,
You know, all those guys are Hall of Famers, right? Those guys are all now you find that card, it's worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. You know, so even with mistakes, you know, right? Somebody probably got in a lot of trouble or got caught.
I don't know if I think sometimes they do it on purpose to kind of drive. It drives the market.
That's a good point.
Now people are buying more packs of cards.
That's a
trying
great
to
point.
Trying to find that
great point.
error card. I mean, that's
a great point.
cards nowadays have become. I mean, they're huge again now.
Yeah.
Like all that memorabilia business come back pretty heavy.
Yeah.
But the baseball cards I remember vividly that we were always trying to find those error cards.
Yeah, man, those were good days, man. You know, you'd have stacks, shoe boxes full
I still
of
have
cards looking for
I
that.
still have some. I have them in a box in my
No, and your cuz, you know, your
Hopefully
cousin.
they're worth millions of dollars when I open it.
Here's your inheritance to your kids. Here, by the way,
A box
go
of
through
baseball
it.
cards and comics that hasn't been opened in 30 years.
Oh, gosh.
But yeah, no, today just kind of something lighthearted. Kind of just, we're human here, and things do happen. Even nowadays, I mean, we still see errors with things, even with all the safeguards there is. So, I mean, it happens. It happens in every industry. I mean, sometimes you look at things so many times and then later on you look at it and go, how did I miss that?
Right.
So, we had an error. Our calendars last year might be worth some money. We had a little error on the calendars.
Yeah, we did.
So
we did.
We had a bunch of customers call us.
And I thought you brought up a good point. That way,
Maybe they're worth some money. I'm gonna keep one.
You got to keep people on their toes, right?
Yeah, at least
Are they paying
we know
attention?
they're looking at the calendar,
Yes,
right?
yes. So maybe that'll be kind of our trademark. We just do
Little
something in
hidden
there.
error.
A little something.
Subliminal.
Yeah, like where's Waldo kind of thing. But I think you brought up a great point. We're still human. We try our best, but we're still human, and that's what and we're always. That's why the importance of partnership is with our customers is to try to be as transparent as possible. We do a really, really good job. We try really, really hard, but we're not perfect. We try to put procedures and QC things in place, and but it's a two-way street. We can't catch everything. But we try to do our best. We try to do our best.
But yeah, so kind of short and sweet.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll get back on track. Kind of more, a little more issues for the rest of the year. But thanks for joining, and don't forget about us. Call us, follow us.
Yep.
We have
Like us. We need some more likes on our posts, and don't throw away your direct mail stuff. You never know; it could be worth some money. You never know.
But have a good one. Enjoy the summer, and we'll catch up soon.
See you.